Yes, hello everyone. Very good morning to all of you. Yes, everyone. Am I audible, visible to all of you? Yes, good morning, everyone. Yes, am I audible, visible to all of you? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the platform of Unacademy. Unacademy is India's largest learning platform. Yes, Anaga, good morning. Ashwini, good morning. We provide you we provide you the daily live classes, live test, quiz, structured courses, and unlimited access with one subscription. I hope all of you downloaded the app. Those who haven't downloaded the Unacademy Learning app, please download it because our special classes are available only on the app. Yes, let me introduce myself. Those who are new here, my name is Harshvardhan Singh, and on this platform, I'm going to teach you all the aspects of history, economics, and international relation. Currently, my lecture series on modern India and international relation is going on. I already completed one lecture series on world history. Please do watch the videos. They are available on YouTube channel as well as on app. I'm having 8-year experience in the field of civil services as an educator at Delhi, Pune and Nagpur. Yes, those who want to connect with me, they can connect with me through unacademy underscore Harsh V10. This is my Telegram channel, and or from the app, you can connect with me through at Harshvardhan Singh for you. Yes, everyone, these are our top educators. Please do watch their videos, join their lectures. It will be more helpful for you as an aspirant. I hope all of you subscribe to Unacademy, and those who haven't subscribed to Unacademy, I appeal to you, please have a subscription of Unacademy because your subscription made us to make such live video possible. Yes, so your help is required. So please subscribe. We have the option of plus as well as iconic. I insist you to have an iconic subscription because here we are going to provide you all the aspects of guidance including personal feedback. Yes, and the most important thing is that we are providing you the option of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 and 36. I insist you to have at least 12-month subscription because within that time you will get to cover your syllabus. And whenever you're going to get the subscription, please use my code. HarshV10 is my code. You will get the 10% discount. Yes, this is my code HarshV10. Please use my code, and along with that you are going to count as my student. Yes, the iconic subscription for 12 months is cost around 62,550 after using my code HarshV10. Yes, so these are our combo optional subscription as well. We already started. Yes, from today only we started the batches for 2021, 22 and 23. These are top educators. Please do join them. Bilingual Hindi and English batches are available there. Yes. So we are also going to provide you the combo offer. In the combo, we are going to provide you the option of plus, plus optional as well as GS iconic subscription plus optional, and the prices are here, and please use the code referral code, that is UPSC CSE in there. Yes, before it's too late, subscribe to Unacademy, and these are my special classes. Please watch it. It is available on the app. And yes, everyone, yes, Geeta Rani, yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. So Ashwini, Geeta Rani and Anagha, you all are here. Yes, I welcome you all, and others are also there. Today we are going to discuss the topic United Nations. As all of you knew about the United Nations somehow, somewhere in your school or in your colleges, but here we are going to discuss some other aspects of it. Okay, so United Nations, the symbol is in front of you, the Assembly, General Assembly Hall is in front of you. Yes, do you want to go there? Yes, anyone? Yes. Do you want to go there? There are only two options for you. Either from politics, you want to go there, or the another option is that is for you, you are preparing, that is IFS. IFS, Indian Foreign Services, is one of the options through which you can go there. You can represent India. Clear? So IFS is also option. And as you know, politics is quite difficult nowadays. So it is better, the simple and the best option for you. That is being a civil servant. Yes, everyone. So, and for that you have to study. Yes, for that you have to study. That is the most important aspect. Okay, so United Nations, the background of United Nations is quite simple. As you know that the world was evolved in 18th century and 19th century. The 18th and 19th century, the conflict were there. Along with that, there was a beginning of the process of providing the peace. But that peace doesn't last long. Clear? So all these war and trying of establishment of peace that leads to finally the World War First. After World War First, nation, especially the European nation, realizes there should be any international organization which can control this madness. And for that reason, the establishment of League of Nations was there. As you know that, who presented the 14-point program? Yes, everyone. Who presented the 14-point program? And that creates the basis of League of Nations. Yes, anyone, any idea? Yes, anyone, any idea who presented that 14-point program? And because of that 14-point program, result is of League of Nations. Yes, Anaga, exactly. Woodrow Wilson. Yes, Woodrow Wilson was the American president. He presented the idea, and that idea became the part of League of Nations. And the most surprising thing, that is Woodrow Wilson, American president, presented the idea, but America was not the part of League of Nations. Why it is so? Because if you know the American political system, the decision taken by president has to verify from UN Senate. Clear? If US Senate is not allowing that, then president is helpless. And it happened at many times. One example is League of Nations. Another example we learned in world history, that is SALT II. US Senate refused that. So League of Nations was the first attempt to establish the international peace. But can we say that they are succeeded in that? Of course not. And why it is so? Because if they succeeded, then there were no scope for Second World War. But Second World War happened, it is just because of the failure of League of Nations. Yes, everyone? Is that clear to you? So League of Nations failed, and because of that reason that leads to World War II. Now the World War started, countries are engaged, and mostly the European nations are engaged in that. But now they realizes one more thing, that this madness somehow we have to stop it somewhere. First we failed, it's okay, but now what? Now we have to stop somewhere, and that's why that leads to the Atlantic Charter. In 1941, the two people, Roosevelt and Churchill. Roosevelt and Churchill. Roosevelt was the American president and Churchill was the British Prime Minister at that time. And the Atlantic Charter was basically, they were talking about establishment of peace after Second World War. And the focus should be on socio-economic development and most important, the economic reconstruction of the countries after Second World War. So can we consider it is a form of peace? Yes, everyone, can we consider this negotiation is a form of peace? As they want to establish peace, their intention was very clear. Even one more aspect in this Atlantic Charter was respect the sovereignty and integrity of the country. Yes, regarding Atlantic Charter, I ask you the question, what do you think? Yes, can we consider it? Next, Washington Declaration. Yes, Washington Declaration. It was an attempt in 1942. I forgot to mention the year. The second thing, Washington Declaration was in 1942. It represents there are 26 representative nations in that, and this Washington Declaration laid the foundational of United Nations. That is, foundational declaration of United Nations announced as Washington Declaration. But Atlantic Charter made the ground. Washington Declaration is one step ahead of it. Clear? Washington Declaration is one step ahead of it, and that laid the foundational declaration of United Nations. Another important thing, as this is the discussion between the capitalist countries, but one more declaration is important, or conference, that Dumbarton Oaks Conference. Yes, Dumbarton Oaks Conference. What exactly? In this conference, the representative of Britain, USA, Russia, China, etc. are present, and they formulated the draft of United Nations Charter. The UN Charter, they formulated this draft as the country from the different parts of the world, they gathered together and they were thinking about the formation of United Nations. The United Nations Charter draft is basically formulated here in the Dumbarton Oaks Conference. Clear? Next, the San Francisco Conference. This is most important, and all of us knew that with the San Francisco Conference, the beginning of United Nations. Yes, the San Francisco Conference is having 15 members participated in that, and they signed the charter. What is formulated in Dumbarton Oak Conference, that charter draft is basically signed in this conference, that is San Francisco Conference, on 26th June. But here is one exception, and this exception is of Poland. Poland signed it in 15th October 1955, because as we mentioned there were 50 members. So finally, when this United Nations Charter came into force, there were 51 countries. Clear? There were 51 countries, that is 50, the previous one, and plus one, that is Poland. Poland signed this thing on 15th October 1945. Earlier, the charter was signed by 50 nations on 26 June 1945. And the most interesting and important fact for us, that is India is the founding member of United Nations. India sent two delegations. Yes, one is a formal official delegation and another is informal delegation. Do you know this fact? Yes, do you know this fact? That India sent two delegations in United Nations, that is San Francisco. Yes, do you know that? Yes, everyone, do you know this fact? Why you are too slow today? Can we consider that today is a Monday and that's why you are so lazy? You don't want to go out. Is that the case? But I just want to clarify one thing. You are not here as a employee. You came here as an enthusiast person. जबरदस्ती नहीं है यहाँ पे आने की. आप लोगों को लगता है कि आपको आईएएस बनना है, इसीलिए आप पढ़ने के लिए आते हो. ऑफिस वाला टाइमिंग अलग होता है ना? वो ऑफिस में थोड़ी आए हो आप कि जबरदस्ती आज सोमवार है क्या. Yes, everyone, boys and girls, wake up, wake up, wake up, and please tell me the fact. Yes, Anaga said she don't know, but what about others? बाकी लोगों से भी तो पूछा है ना सवाल. And I request all of you, if you know the thing, then please say yes, you know it. If you don't know, say it you don't know. I always say that. दुनिया में ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें जो हमें पता नहीं. कंपलसरी थोड़ी है, ठीक है ना. अभी तक पता नहीं है, बाद में बताऊंगा ना मैं, उसके बाद थोड़ी भूलोगे आप. Yes, everyone. So there is only one candidate. She doesn't know. Okay, I will explain her later. Rest are not interested to know that, but I just want to tell you that yes, India sent two delegations in San Francisco conference. One is official, another is unofficial. Anaga, I will let you know this thing separately. Yes, so this thing is clear to all of you. Okay, next, the most important thing at present. Yes, Ashwini, Mudliar went. Okay. Next thing, that is at present, what is the situation of United Nations? United Nations is of 193 members. At present, UN is having 193 member states. And there are 6 official languages. Can you please tell me the name? Yes, everyone. United Nations is right now have 193 members and there are 6 official languages of United Nations. So please tell me. Yes, everyone. Please tell me the name of the languages which is considered as the official languages of United Nations. Yes, at least 1, 2. You can say that. Anaga said, okay, 6 languages: Russian, English, French, Spanish, Chinese, and Arabic. Are you serious, Anaga? Really? Yes, are you serious? Ashwini said that French, Spanish, English, Chinese, Arabic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Russian. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Very famous, of course. English should be there. French should be there. Why? Because these were the 2 colonial masters. They ruled for a long. Then Russian should be there because as Russia is having one of the largest landmass, Russian should be there. Next, China, of course. The Chinese language should be there. Landmass. Then Arabian. And finally is Spanish. Yes, exactly. Do you know which one is the largest spoken language in the world? The geographical landmass we are talking about. Which one is the largest spoken language in this among these 6 languages? Yes, everyone. Any idea? Any guess? Hmm. General knowledge question I ask you. Yes, Ashwini, exactly. Spanish. If you consider the geographical landmass, Spanish is there. And if we consider number of people are speaking any particular language, then that is a Mandarin. Clear? If you consider the number of people speaks the language, then Chinese is there. But we consider the geographical landmass, then Spanish is there. Spanish is having length and breadth of the world. So Spanish is the largest spoken language. Clear? And we always considered English because we used to talk in English. It is not. Next, if any country want to take admission or if any country wants to become member of United Nations, then what is required? Who is going to provide them permission? That is United Nations General Assembly is going to give the admission to that member state and on the recommendation of UNSC. And without recommendation of UNSC, it is not possible for United Nations General Assembly to admit any country as a nation state. Is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to you? If any country wants to become part of UN, then UNSC recommendation is must. Without their recommendation, any country cannot be a part of United Nations. Clear? So another important aspect, who provided the finance? So of course the member countries contributed in that. UN financed by the member country, and the most important members who contributed in United Nations is of course USA. USA is there, Britain is there, France is there, along with one more country is important. Japan is there, Germany is there, etc. So all countries are contributing, but what we are saying, the most important contributor, USA, Britain, France, Japan, Germany, they are the most important contributor in United Nations. Next, there are six organs of United Nations. Can you tell me the name of these six? Yes, everyone. There are six, as I mentioned, six organs of United Nations through which they are working. So as I mentioned six, so you have to mention the name. Hmm. Let me let me know this thing. Yes, everyone. As you are smart enough, you have the time. Hmm. Yes, I'm waiting for your answers, boys and girls. Is that so difficult to type? You can use the short form as well. I don't have any problem. You can use the short form. Anaga said General Assembly, Security Council. Okay. General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, Secretariat, International Court of Justice. Yes, exactly. There are six organs through which United Nations work, and very basically United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Security Council, then International Court of Justice, Eco-Socio, Eco-Socio. Then is there anything left here? Yes, Trusteeship Council. But and the last is Secretariat. Yes, one, two, three, four, five, six. Exactly. Yes, Anagha and Ashwini, congratulations. The only two people out of so many knew this fact that there are six organs, and namely United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Security Council, then International Court of Justice, Eco-Social Trusteeship Council, and Secretary. Good. So one more general knowledge question I just want to ask you. As we mentioned, the last nation admitted in UN. Please tell me the name of it. The last nation admitted in United Nations. Please tell me the name of that particular country. Hmm. Ashwini said Palau in 1994. Okay. Yes, other than this, is there any country which is admitted in United Nations? Yes, Anaga, exactly. South Sudan. Yes, actually, I never want to ask such question, but somehow while having the slides, I considered okay, maybe some of you don't know, so that's why I used to ask such question, and fortunately, I got the answer. South Sudan in 2011. In 2011, one country added, and that is South Sudan. You know that Sudan was divided into two, Sudan and South Sudan. Conflict, ethnic conflict was there, and this ethnic conflict later gets converted into religious conflict. North Sudan mostly the Muslim majority, and South Sudan is a Christian majority. Clear? Is that clear to all of you? Next. Yes, so whatever you said, they are here. Clear? Whatever you have said, these are the six organs of United Nations, and you said it correctly. Thank you for telling me this thing. Next, the objectives of United Nations. What do you think? What are the objectives? Yes, and I want any guess from you. Because I just want to know whether, without having proper knowledge, you can give me the answer with help of common sense or not. Yes, objectives of United Nations. What do you think? Any guess from your side? Yes, boys and girls. A very simple question is for you. Objectives of United Nations. Tell me, one by one. Anaga said universal peace. Okay. Whatever you are going to say, I am going to write here. And then we are going to check whether your answer is according to the objectives of UN or not. Yes, universal peace, establishment of peace. Okay, that's it. Next. Yes, boys and girls, what do you think? Objectives. And here I want answer from you, and then we are going to verify. Peace is there. Okay, then common sense. Use a common sense to answer such type of question. It's very easy. How you are going to establish peace? You said peace. Okay. How you are going to establish the peace? Yes, Sanaga. Exactly. Cooperation among the states. Cooperation among the nations. Yes, by common sense we can mention. Ashwini said security. Which kind of security you are talking about, Ashwini? Yes, Rudra. Today you joined lately again. Strengthening the democracy, respect the humanity. Okay. Security can be considered the collective security. Whether United Nations is really concerned about that, strengthening the democracy and all, can be considered one aspect of it. Human rights. Yes, as the Rudra mentioned about the respect to the humanity, that means we can consider the human rights. Yes, am I right or wrong? Good. Four objectives you have mentioned. Just go on, think on it. Think on it. And then we are going to check whatever you have mentioned, it is there or not. And I'm damn sure that definitely whatever you have mentioned, it will be there. One more point. Just one more point. Use common sense. As the peace is there, how you are going to establish peace? Just by cooperation? Yes. How you are going to establish the peace? Just by cooperation among the nation, or is there any other means? Whether United Nations supported the concept of war? Yes, Akshay, you also joined lately. Good. To see overall development of the people through WHO, UNDP, as well as environmental aspect of UNSC, sustainable development goal. Can we consider that United Nations is not supporting the concept of war? That means can we consider the objective of United Nations is to avoid war and to find out the peaceful solution for any problem? Can we consider it should be the objective? Yes, Arshada, you also joined late. Good. Universal justice. Yes, you. I'm going to write it. Okay. Yes, Akshay's point. Overall development. A very basic point. Why you are not mentioning? I don't know. Avoidance of war. Yes, and establish peace. So you mentioned the universal peace, but this is the most important. That is avoidance of war and peaceful resolution of any dispute. Yes, exactly. Yes, everyone. Thank you for all the information you have provided to me. Just go through it once again, and then we are going to check what you have mentioned: universal peace, cooperation among the nation, collective security, human rights, universal justice, overall development, avoidance of war, and peaceful resolution of any dispute. Okay, now here here are the objectives of United Nations. The first objective: to save the succeeding generation from the surge of war. To save the succeeding generation from the surge of war. Can we consider it as a point we have mentioned avoidance of war? Yes, we have mentioned. Good. The second point: to maintain international peace and security. You already mentioned this point. Yes, To save the world from surge of the war, first point. To maintain the international peace and security, second point. These 2 points we already mentioned. Next, to develop the friendly relations among the nation and secure the cooperation in solving the problem. So you mentioned this point as well. Secure the cooperation among the nation in solving the problem. Because it is the crux of it only. Just the wordings are here and there. But you mentioned the same thing. Develop the friendly relation among the nation to secure the cooperation in solving the problems. This point you also mentioned. Next, this point is also mentioned by Rudra, to promote human rights. That is there. Yes, you mentioned it. Good. Next, to promote the better standard of life and social progress. This point none of us mentioned. For better standard of life and social progress. Generally, we negate this point. So this point is the only point which we forget to mention at that time. Next, to harmonize and coordinate among the nation to attain the affirmation objectives. This is the important. To harmonize and coordination among the nation and to attain the aforementioned objectives, means whatever the objectives we have mentioned, for that objective what is required, harmonize and cooperation among the nation. Means without harmonization, without cooperation among the nation, whatever the objectives of United Nations we mentioned, it is not going to fulfill. Is that clear to you, all of you? Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Clear? Any question, any doubt? Yes, everyone, do you have any question, any query, any doubt? No? Good. Nothing, no question, nothing else. So I'm really happy that you all gave the right answer and I really congratulate to you. Yes, thank you for that. Next. Now we are going to discuss the organs of United Nations. As we mentioned, the 6 organs of United Nations. The first organ is United Nations General Assembly. United Nations General Assembly. United Nations General Assembly meet once in a year. But there is also provision of special session. Yes, everyone. There is also provision of special session, and who is going to ask for it? United Nations Secretary General. There is a concept of special session if it is required, and who is going to convey that? United Nations Secretary General. Clear? So what exactly this United Nations General Assembly does? In this aspect of United Nations General Assembly, that each nation can send maximum 5 representatives. And for example, if we can consider the example of India, India can send the 5 representatives in General Assembly. And what about voting? What about voting? Can we consider that 5 representatives are having 5 votes? Yes, a very simple question for all of you. Maximum 5 representatives can countries send to United Nations General Assembly. So how many people are going to vote for one country? Yes, everyone? Why you're too slow? Yes, fast. Yes, each nation can send 5 representatives. And how many votes? Did you get my question? क्या आप लोगों को जो हमने सवाल पूछा है वो समझ में आया है? हमने बहुत ही सिंपल सवाल आपसे पूछा है। हमने कहा कि कोई भी राष्ट्र अपने 5 सदस्यों को संयुक्त राष्ट्र में भेज सकता है। 5 सदस्य। तो हमने ये सवाल पूछा है, क्या ये 5 सदस्य मतदान कर सकते हैं? Yes, अरे Nilesh, you also joined lately. Good. Yes, exactly. The voting is basically one vote only. Means you can send as many as representative. It's up to you. But only one person can vote. That means the voting in United Nations General Assembly is one nation, one vote. Yes, exactly, exactly. Now you all are giving the answer. Good, 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 good. Next point. The voting is having majority of two-thirds. Means for there are some issues where the voting required is two-third majority. Like what? Special majority we considered it as like what? Two-third majority where it is required. Election of non-permanent member in United Nations Security Council. If any country wants to become part of UNSC, then how much votes required? Two-thirds. Two-thirds majority is required. Second, admission, suspension, expulsion of any country from United Nations General Assembly. That time also you require two-thirds votes. Admission, suspension, expulsion of any country, it required two-thirds majority. Next, any proposal with respect to international peace and security, that also required two-thirds majority with respect to international peace and security. Next, if it is a question related to the budget, budgetary questions also require two-thirds majority. So if you go through it, you will get to know very simple. UNSC member, if anyone wants to become a member of UNSC, it required two-thirds majority. Along with that, if it is a question of international peace, two-thirds majority. If country wants, means United Nations wants to throw any country out of United Nations General Assembly or wants to admit or wants to suspend, so it requires the two-thirds majority. And if it is a question of budgetary, then also you require two-thirds majority. Clear? Yes, yes, exactly. Few moments for non permanent members, we require two-thirds majority. Is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to you? Next, UNSC, United Nations Security Council. It is an executive arm of United Nations, or also known as, what is budgetary question? Okay, Akshay, let's come back to this point. Budgetary questions means basically United Nations is works on the contribution, of the nation. Clear? So if the contribution of particular nation wants to increase or decrease, or United Nations wants to increase their budget, yes, if they want to increase their budget, etc. If such type of questions are there, then these questions are deal with the majority, and that majority is basically two-thirds majority. Clear? Yes, Akshay, I hope it is clear to you now. The next thing, as United Nations Security Council, this is a supreme body or executive body, executive arm of United Nations. There are 15 members. Out of 15, 5 are permanent. So that's why it is known as P5. And 10 are non-permanent. 5 members are permanent and 10 are non-permanent. Can you tell me the name? Though it is very simple, but still I am asking you. It's very simple, but sometimes I want to know the things so that I can revise the information by myself. It depends on country to country. It is not a compulsory. Yes, few moments. It is depend on country to country, their contribution. It is a voluntary in nature. For example, as I mentioned, United States, Japan, Britain, they contributed a lot as compared to India. Yes, everyone. What do you think? P5 members. Fatafat. You can use the short form as well so that I can understand. P5 members. Name. Yes, permanent 5. Yes, very simple. USA, Russia, China, Britain, and France. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly, exactly. The 5 countries are very clear to all of you. Okay, and there are 10 non-permanent members. Yes, Anaga, Rudra, exactly, exactly. The non-permanent members elected for 2 years. The period is 2 years. My very basic question to all of you. The non-permanent members elected for 2 years. Is there any provision for re-election? Yes, is there any provision of re-election? Few moments said yes, India again elected for non-permanent member. What do you think? Yes, everyone, what do you think? Is there any provision for re-election? Yes, I am asking this question to you. Reply fastly. Yes, everyone, be fast. What are you doing? People are working hard. They are writing mains. And what about you? When you are going to write the mains? कब लिखोगे? हाथ चलाना पड़ेगा ना फटाफट फटाफट. Yes, everyone, do you know this thing? Do you know this thing? Say yes or no. That should be the case. Yes, say don't know. Okay. Yes, there is a provision of re-election. Yes, there is a provision, but not immediate. Suppose the country having the term in this year, then they might given a chance to another country. India receives this year. Yes, exactly. There is a provision of re-election. Means any country can be re-elected, but not in the immediate term. Means for example, you have mentioned, all of you have mentioned that is at present, India is a non-permanent member elected. Once the period of India is over, then they do not have a right to re-elect. immediately. As for example, at present means we consider 2020 India elected as a member. 2020-21 India become a member. For example, I am saying. But when there is an election for 2022, India cannot participate in that. But in 2024, again India can. Yes, is that clear to you? A re-election of any country is possible, but not the immediate re-election. Clear? Is that clear to you, all of you? Clear? For all matters, any matters which is presented in front of UNSC, then for all matters it required the majority of 9. Means the voting is right 9 by 15. 9 people or 9 countries should vote for it. Few moments said repeat it. It is very simple. That is, suppose India is elected in 2020. I am giving example, and this is a hypothetical example. Represent India elected for 2020 for 2 years. So 2020 is the first year. 2021 is the second year. Clear? So after finishing of this term, again there will be election in 2022. Clear? And in this election, India is not eligible because just now India served membership. Clear? So India is not eligible, but when the next election is there for 2 years in 2024, that time India can take part in that. Now it is clear? Yes, few moments. Now it is clear. What kind of name you have mentioned? A different? Yes, is that clear to you? Good. Okay, for all the matters it required 9 votes out of 15. But this is also important. For important matter, it required affirmative votes of P5. Means if it is related to any war or anything else is there. Yes, Amardeep. Yes, thank you, thank you. That should be named so I can know you very well. Yes, Amardeep is there. Okay. So, for important matter, it required the affirmative votes of P5 members. Like economic sanction, they want to impose on any country. Like war, the stance on war, or any international issue is of importance. Like the two countries are fighting with each other, or two countries are having dispute over any particular matter. Such type of international conflicts are there, then the votes of P5 member matter a lot. And what if any country uses veto? Means the P5 member is having veto power. If suppose on important matter, if any country uses the veto power, then what? Whether that matter is going to voted. Yes, everyone. What do you think? For example, let's take example of any country. Let's take example of Kashmir issue. Yes, this Kashmir issue as an international problem between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan wants to solve this issue bilaterally, but somehow such issue is went to UNSC for the resolution. And that time, right now, China and Pakistan are so close to each other. And we presented our case in front of UNSC that Pakistan is doing injustice with India. They are sending the terrorists and all and all and all. But if China uses the veto, so can we say that? Can we consider that whatever the resolution was presented by India is going to pass? Yes, everyone. The only one person gave the answer. What about others? What do you think? Veto power is basically a nullification. Completely null. Zero. कुछ नहीं. अब उसका कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. Once they uses the veto power. Is that clear to you? Good. Yes, Anaga. Exactly. Nullified. Zero. Clear? And that's why this veto power is one of the most important issue of contention, and countries want reforms in that. Yes, Akshay, exactly. So the affirmation of P5 is required. Why it is so? Because veto power is there. If they uses the veto, zero. Next, the objectives of UNSC. What are the objectives of UNSC? Investigatory role, military action against enemy, pacified settlement of disputes, along with that recommendation for a member in United Nations General Assembly, along with that recommendation for the Secretary General. Clear? So these all others are the objectives of UNSC. The most important investigative role means for any dispute or anything, they have the role of investigation. Military action, yes, through United Nations and through other countries they can. Along with that, they want to solve the problem with the peaceful means. Clear? Yes, Nilesh, exactly. Next, International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice is located at, a very simple question, common sense question. And sometimes such as issue are going voting, then if permanent member wants to stop the pass the action, then they can use the veto. Yes, it happened. It happened lots of time, and we are very thankful to Russia, because during the Cold War period when the madness was going on, the capitalist country wants to impose so many restrictions, and the very best example is Bangladesh War of Liberation. At that time, Russia uses the veto and it saved the India. Sir, Akshay asked something. Sir, some of the P5 fights with each other and they use the veto against each other. Then why there is the option of veto? Exactly. That is the question right now we are asking. Yes, when we are talking about the United Nations Security Council reform, that we mentioned the same thing. Either you have to provide the veto to other countries or you have to abolish it. Clear? Because this veto is basically sometimes what we can say misuse, mostly misuse of veto was there, and it is visible during the time of Cold War. Yes, Akshay, your question is valid, and all the member states are thinking on the same. See the vision you have, bhai sahab, foreign services, jana hi. Yes, everyone. Yes, they're located at The Hague. The Hague, it is located in Netherlands. Yes, a general common sense question I asked. Clear? So there are 15 judges in that, and the most interesting part is that UNSC and UN GA, that is United Nations Security Council and United Nations General Assembly, separately choose 15 judges and then voting. Means it is not the case that UNSC is going to say no, no, these 15 members are there. No, both the bodies are going to choose 15, 15, 15, the 30, and out of 30, with the voting, they are going to select 15 members. And the second important thing is no two judges from the same country. Means if there are 15 judges, out of that there should not be any possibility that two judges from India. Clear? Out of the 15 judges, there should not be any case that two judges from India or two judges from any country. Means one country can maximum send one judge there. Clear? Next, elected for 9 years. And is there any possibility of re-election? Judges elected for the term of 9 years. Is there any possibility of re-election? What do you think? Yes, Ashwini, Anagha, Amardeep, Nilesh, Akshay, Harshita is also there. Yes, exactly. And yes, you can immediately re-elect as well. Yes, re-election is there and you can immediately re-elect that person as well. Clear? It is not like UNSC. There is a provision of re-election of judges in ICJ. Clear? Next, the powers is with ICJ. What are the powers? One is compulsory judgment, other is advisory judgment. Compulsory judgment means what? If it is a violation of international law. Clear? Compulsory judgment is basically if is there any violation of international law, then International Court of Justice judgment is applicable to all the member states. Nobody can refuse it. How much condition should be for re-election? There is no such a condition for re-election. You can re-elect for many times, but see the tenure. It is of 9 years, and generally the person can be a judge of ICJ, should have more experience. So can we consider that person should have at least the age of 50? So if the person is elected at the age of 50, when he or she complete his or her term, then at that time that person is become of 59. If it is really elected for very next term, simple. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so any violation of international law or international any settlement is there, then compulsory judgment is there, and member state has to accept it. Advisory judgment. Advisory judgment means if the countries appeared, means if the two countries wants the resolution on any matter, then at that time they are going to provide the advisory judgment. If even United Nations wants any advice from International Court of Justice, then they are going to provide. But the compulsory judgment, it is related to international violation of international laws or treaties or anything, then it is a compulsory. Next, the other functions are basically codification of international law and etc. codification of international law. Is that clear to you? International Court of Justice, is that clear to you? Do you know any recent case presented by India? Yes, do you know any case presented by India in recent times in International Court of Justice? Yes, boys and girls, be fast and tell me the answer. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, Kulbhushan Jadhav's case. This is there that India appealed in the International Court of Justice. Why? Because Pakistan, without having proper inquiry or anything, they just gave the death sentence to Kulbhushan Jadhav. Actually, there is lots of controversy over that case. Lots of controversy. Pakistan claimed that he is a spy. India said that no, he was not, and all such kind of thing was there. So tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. Whether it is fall into compulsory judgment or advisory judgment. Whether this case of Kulbhushan Jadhav falls into, whether case is going to fall into compulsory judgment or advisory judgment. Yes, what do you think? Where it is going to fall? Compulsory or advisory? Nilesh said compulsory. Rudra said advisory. Compulsory judgment is basically related to the violation of international laws and treaties. Can we consider it is a violation of international law? Yes, can we consider it is a violation of international law? Of course not. Of course not. It is not the case. It is not a compulsory judgment. It is basically advisory judgment. Yes, it is advisory in nature because it is a matter between the two countries. One country caught a person and that country said that that person is spy. Another country said that no, he is not spy. It is accidentally went there and all. So it is an advisory matter. International law means some treaties are there, some international rules and regulations are there, and you're not going to follow it. Then it is considered as compulsory. Yes, is that clear to all of you? Yes, is that clear to all of you? Any question, any query, anything else? Yes, any question, any query, anything? Good. Next is Trusteeship Council. Trusteeship Council, as this Trusteeship Council played an important role after First World War and during the first phase of Second World War, but now this Trusteeship Council is abolished. Trusteeship Council is abolished. It was there that after First World War, after Second World War, they considered that some nations are too required the protection and all. So there are countries, the powerful countries like Britain, France, given the trusteeship of any country. Basically, the best example is of Palestine. is of Syria, is of Jordan. Clear? These are the countries which are under the Trusteeship Council, but the output of the Trusteeship Council was much more adverse than the intention of it, because these powers like Britain and France, they become a they become the villain there. How it is so? Because they started exploitation of that country. Clear? So now the Trusteeship Council is abolished. There is nothing else right now. Okay, next, Secretariat. Secretariat, the head of the Secretariat is the Secretary General. The Secretary General appointed by United Nations General Assembly on the recommendation of UNSC. Secretariat is another organ. It is headed by Secretary General, and Secretary General is appointed by United Nations General Assembly on the recommendation of UNSC. That means UNSC played important role in that. The term for secretary is of 5 years, and of course there is a scope for re-election as well. There is scope for re-election as well. Yes, we know there are many people like Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan re-elected. Along with that, one more person, Ban Ki-moon, he was re-elected. Yes, Ashwini, it is the right question. Then why it is existed on paper? It is existed on paper because if in future there will be any war or there will be some such kind of situation is there, then they can use this thing. Clear? In future, there is no scope for it, but we don't know what will happen in future. But if it had happened, then at that time there should not be, and what we can say, hurry at that time. The already council is there. They are just going to responsibility of any country to another. Clear? They just keep it as it is for future. Yes, everyone. So Ban Ki-moon, Kofi Annan, and do you know the name of present Secretary General of United Nations? Yes, who is present Secretary of United Nations? Yes, anyone? Anyone? Do you have any idea that who is the present Secretary General of United Nations? Shigwali. Yes, what about others? What do you think? Yes, exactly, Rudra. Antonio Guterres. Yes, the spelling is something difficult as we are, it is not English spelling. Yes, Antonio. Yes, Antonio Guterres. Exactly. Clear? Yes, is that clear to you? Next. The another important body of United Nations is eco-social. United Nations Economic and Social Council. Yes, eco-social. Of course, the word is related to the economic development as well as social development. Eco-social. There are 54 members. This eco-social is a 54 member body and the term is for 3 years. The election of this 54 member is through United Nations General Assembly and the term is having 3 years and it is having 3 dimensions for sustainable development, and of course the first is of course economic, second is of course social, and this third aspect is the most important in recent times, that is environmental development. The sustainable development in economic terms, sustainable development in social terms, and sustainable development in environmental terms. And there are 5 regional commissions as well. Just tell me the name of these 5. Yes, there are 5 regional organizations. Please tell me the name. Fast. Yes, everyone, be fast. Yes, I'm. Yes, Samarthi. Yes, exactly. We're interested in the present right now. Tell me the name of the 5 regional commissions of economic and social council. Fast, 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 fast. Can we say that regional means we can divide into regions? Yes, can we say we can divide into regions? Of course, a very famous region should be. Yes, Ashwini mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay, it's okay. Can we mention ECA? Yes. Can we mention then ESCWA? Yes, exactly. Then LAC, that is ECLAC. Yes, exactly. Only one candidate mentioned. What about others? This is for Africa. This is for West Asia. This is for Latin America and Caribbean. Then what's left? Asia Pacific. Yes, Asia Pacific is remaining. What is the full form of ESCAP? Asia Pacific. And the last one left is Africa is over, West Asia is over, Europe is left, no? You can mention about the Europe. What's the full form of ECE? ECE. That is for Europe. Okay. Yes. These are the names. Yes, you can add the United Nations Regional Council. Basically, one regional council is for Africa. This is for Africa. This is for West Asia. The words are basically these are Latin America and Caribbean, Asia Pacific, and CE is means this E stands for Europe. Is that clear to you? Economic, Economic and Social Commission, Economic and Social Commission for West Asia, Economic Commission for Africa, Economic Commission for Latin America and Caribbean, Economic and Social Commission for Asia Pacific, Economic Commission for Europe. Yes, is that clear to you? These are the ways through United Nations. This is the body through which they are going to promote the sustainable development in the field of economic, social and environment. Is that clear? Yes, is that clear? Now the most important question, and this is related to the present context and all, that is reforms in United Nations. as there is a need of reforms. Why there is a need? Why there is a need of reform? The most important, that is P5 and veto, is an important question. Yes, everyone, P5 and veto is an important question, and the member states have considered it is an injustice with them. It is an injustice with them. Why? Because these P5 were more powerful as their other countries. They have all the decision making powers. What about us? We are just helpless, toothless. Along with that, these P5 powers are having veto, and they can use veto anytime if that particular country is also doing the injustice with the other. Still, they have that power. So basically, it is a bias. And along with that, this veto and P5 is also having regional imbalance. How it is so? The P5 members are like that: USA, China, France, and Britain. And what left? Russia. So basically, these three powers are from European continent. China is from Asia. US is from North America. Don't you think so? It is an injustice with the African continent. So they claim that it is an injustice with Africa and Latin America, because no representative from these states, these continents, there is no representative. Along with that, even China is the only country from Asia. Asia is one of the largest continent in the world, not one of the, it is the largest continent in the world, and only one from Asia. And Europe is one of the small continents in world, but the three representative from the same. So this is a regional imbalance as well. Along with that, one more question they asked, who? The non-P5 member. They said that they are contributor as well. They are contributor as well, as Japan is contributing lot, Germany is contributing lot. Then why we don't have that representation? Once anyone is going to use the veto, whatever the resolution is there, it is going to end. I just want to tell you with the very simple example, अमरदेव, जैसे एक पूरा यानी आपके यहाँ पे शायद ही ऐसा कभी होता होगा, लेकिन एक जमाना था. आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द चिल्ड्रन हु बॉर्न बिफोर 91. एक एग्जांपल मैं आपको देता हूँ, ये वीटो पावर कैसे होता है. तो 91 वाले बच्चे जो है, पहले के जो बच्चे हैं, उनके पेरेंट्स हैं, उनके ताल्लुकात इसी वीटो पावर की तरह होते थे. मीन्स फॉर एग्जांपल, I am the one of the person in that particular family, and I want to pursue any other field than engineering. तो मैं कहूँगा कि नहीं, पिताजी हमें इंजीनियर नहीं बनना है, हमें आर्टिस्ट बनना है. Father was reading newspaper. Father is going to tell you, बेटा तुम इंजीनियर बनो. Veto power. That's it. Got it? No question, nothing else. क्यों? इंजीनियर नहीं बनोगे बेटा, तुम घर से बाहर. सवाल खत्म. End. Full stop. Got it? How this veto power worked. And this was the condition of Indian families pre-1991. Nowadays, parents are more interactive in nature. They are going to ask you, okay, you don't want to do that. They want to pursue you. That time, it was a final decision by the parents. Get it? So this reforms is basically clear to you. Yes, Africa is not having representation to bring the transparency, and yes, exactly. And as the Rudra also mentioned the same thing, the main important problem with these countries, that is non-member countries, non-permanent member countries, they say that it is injustice with them. They are contributing that, and along with that, misuse of veto power is the best example of it. Clear? So that's why everybody is talking about the reforms, including the P5 member also wants the reforms, but nobody has a dare to introduce so. Yes, nobody is having dare to introduce so. Revolt required financial independence. Okay, so one person initiated this process that is known as Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan, he was secretary, when he was the Secretary General of UN. Then that time he introduces this idea and he initiated the process of reforms, but due after the long discussion, failed to yield any positive result. And from this moment onward, India focusing on the issue of permanent membership. Clear? And for that reason, to introduce the reforms and to get the membership G4 established. G4, those countries which want the permanent membership in UNSC. One country is Germany, one country is Japan, one country is of course India, and what about the fourth country? Yes, everyone. So as I mentioned, due to this thing, India is consistently following the policy. India wants to pursue the nation so that they can going to vote, they can going to support India to get permanent membership in United Nations Security Council. So for that G4 is established. This G4 is pressurizing the other countries including the United Nations to initiate the reform process. Germany, Japan, India. And what's the name of the fourth country? Yes, what's the name of the fourth country? Ashwini said Brazil. Or is it South Africa? Brazil or South Africa? Or Egypt? Yes, whether it is Brazil, South Africa or Egypt. Hmm. No reaction from your side. What should I consider? Next thing, India and United Nations. Our relation with the United Nations is very cordial since beginning, that India is a firm believer of international peace. Yes, as you none of you replied, so I considered all of you knew this fact. So why should waste your time? So I move on. India is a firm believer of international peace since the beginning. So before means during the formation of United Nations, India sent two delegations. Of course, one is of British India, that is official, and unofficial is by Indian National Congress. Yes, the two delegations were sent to United Nations at that time. One is from British India and it was represented by three members. It was represented by three members, and the one very famous is Mudliar. Yes, the Mudliar is one of the person of the three. He represented India into United Nations in San Francisco Conference, and Indian National Congress also sent their delegation to United States, that is San Francisco, under Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. Under Vijaya Lakshmi. Yes, yes, yes. Ramaswamy Mudliar. Ramaswamy Mudliar. He is one of the person. There are two more people, and the unofficial delegation from Indian National Congress is under Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. Clear? Yes. So India since beginning believe in that thing. Next important thing I just want to share with you, as India followed the policy of independent. India followed the policy of independent foreign policy. And that's why later on India supported the concept of NAM. But India believed in United Nations as well. And that's why, because of that reason, India presented the issue of Kashmir in front of UNSC. Yes, we are strongly believer of the concept of collective security, establishment of peace and all, and that's why we presented the concept or the issue of Kashmir in front of UNSC, because we considered that Kashmir is an integral part, because we have valid paper, instrument of accession is there, through which we can consider it is our claim. Along with that, we had the references that Kashmiri fought for their own right, means before entry of Indian National Army into Kashmir, for a long time Kashmiri were fighting against the Pakistani army. Clear? So this all are the evidences that India's claim over the Kashmir is more valid than anything else. But later on India realizes this thing. What? That is, United Nations is not purely impartial. The United Nations Security Council is having some vested interest as well, and because of that reason, later on India focuses on most important thing, that is, instead of raising any such question in United Nations Security Council, they focused on bilateral negotiation. Clear? And very best example in the Shimla agreement. Shimla agreement, India and Pakistan both agreed on the same thing, that is bilateral negotiations. And even when our then Prime Minister Atal Bihari visited the Lahore, there also we repeated the same thing, and we discussed all this thing into India-Pakistan relations, that we still firmly believe on bilateral negotiation and peaceful resolution of dispute between India and Pakistan. Clear? Still India supported the concept of United Nations. India raised so many questions there, but if it is a dispute related to India and the neighboring state, India focuses more on peaceful resolution through bilateral talks. Yes, everyone? Africa, yes, Akshay, what Akshay said? Yes, India also played important role in peacekeeping mission. Yes, exactly. As well as United Nations perform good health sector services in Africa country by organized health. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, exactly. That is India is one of the, if you know that fact, that is India is one of the largest supplier of peacekeeping force in United Nations. Yes, we voluntarily and very famous is that Congo. That Indian army played the important role in Congo. Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Any question to you? Yes, is there any question, any doubt? Yes, do you have any question, any query or anything else? No, nothing. Okay. Yes, so that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Those who are new here and wants to connect with me, then this is my Telegram channel at unacademy underscore Harshvardhan is my Telegram channel. You can connect with me there. Please subscribe to Unacademy as I insist you again because your subscription help us to make such wonderful video lectures for you. Without your support, it is not possible for us. So whenever you want to take the subscription, please use my code HarshV10 is my code. And yes, whatever the problems you are having, any query, you can contact me through this Telegram channel or through app, or there are other social media platforms as well. You can connect with me there as well. So if you like the way of teaching, then you can please like, share, subscribe, and you can follow me on Unacademy app as well as you can dedicate the hats whatever you are having with you, and you can share your views there. So once again, thank you very much. And yes, today in the evening we are having the class and we are going to discuss the extremist and Swadeshi movement in modern India lecture. So once again, thank you very much for your valuable time. Have a good day. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.